Most people who die broke weren't lazy. They worked 40-hour weeks for 40 years, they paid their bills, they showed up, and yet somehow they ended up with nothing. Or worse, with debt they couldn't explain and regret they couldn't shake. That's the thing nobody talks about. It's not effort that separates people who build wealth from people who don't. It's the handful of invisible rules they either follow or break without knowing. I'm going to give you 8 of them, and I'll warn you right now. A few of them are going to sound wrong at first. One of them might make you angry. But by the time this is over, you'll understand money in a way most people never do. Let's start with the one that breaks people fastest. There's a behavioral economist named Richard Thaler who spent decades studying why smart people make terrible financial decisions. What he found is disturbing. The more money people make, the more money they find to spend. Almost automatically, without thinking, as if the human brain treats income as a ceiling to reach, not a floor to stand on. He called it mental accounting. But here's the simpler version. Your lifestyle will expand to eat whatever you feed it. This is rule 1. Spend less than you earn and do it aggressively, not politely. Not by canceling Netflix, not by making your own coffee, but by deciding before the money arrives exactly how much of it you'll actually spend. The rest gets moved, automated, out of sight. A 26-year-old teacher in Columbus named Priya did this on a $44,000 salary. She automated 22% of every paycheck into a separate account before she could touch it. She didn't feel rich. She didn't live lavishly. But by 34, she had $180,000 sitting somewhere her lifestyle couldn't reach. Spend less than you earn, every month, without exception. That's the foundation. But here's what they don't tell you about foundations. They're worthless if the thing you're building on them is wrong. Which brings us to rule 2, and the thing I promised would make some of you uncomfortable. You are not saving money, you are losing it, and slowly. Money sitting in a savings account earning 0.4% while inflation runs at 3 or 4% is shrinking every single year. It feels safe. It looks like discipline. It is neither. It's just slow-motion wealth erosion with the appearance of responsibility. This isn't a call to gamble. It's a call to understand that your money must be working. In index funds, in assets, in something that compounds over time. The S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annually over the last century. Inflation averages around 3%. The gap between those two numbers, that gap is where wealth is built. Rule 2 is this: invest before you feel ready, because you will never feel ready. Now here's where it gets interesting, and where most personal finance content gets it completely wrong. There are 2 kinds of debt, and confusing them is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. The first kind is consumer debt. Credit cards, car loans for depreciating assets, buy now, pay later schemes on things you didn't need. This kind of debt is a trap designed by people who understand compound interest better than you do, and who are profiting from you not understanding it. The second kind is leverage. A mortgage on a property that generates income. A loan to buy equipment that lets you earn more than the interest costs. A calculated bet where the return exceeds the rate. Rule 3, destroy bad debt. Use good debt intentionally. The math on credit card interest is violent. At 24%, a $10,000 balance costs you $2,400 a year to exist. That's not a payment. That's a penalty for confusion. Pay it off aggressively, then never carry it again. Drop a comment below if you've ever felt like credit card debt was just permanently stuck to you. You're not alone, and there's a way out. Rule 4 is the one that separates people who get lucky once from people who get wealthy over time. Build an emergency fund, a real one. 3 to 6 months of actual expenses. In cash, in a high-yield savings account, not buried in a mattress but accessible within 24 hours. Here's why this matters beyond the obvious. Without an emergency fund, every financial crisis becomes a financial catastrophe. Your car breaks down, you put it on the card. You lose a freelance client, you raid your investments at the worst possible time. You get a medical bill and suddenly, your entire financial structure collapses like a folding table. The emergency fund isn't where wealth is built. It's what keeps the whole system from collapsing while wealth is being built. It is defensive, unglamorous, and absolutely non-negotiable. Now for the rule that almost no one in their 20s takes seriously, and almost everyone in their 50s wishes they had. Rule 5. Invest early, earlier than you think you need to. In The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel points out that Warren Buffett's net worth is around $100 billion. dollars. But here's the number that actually tells the story. 95% of that wealth was accumulated after his 65th birthday. Not because he suddenly got smarter, because he started at 9 years old and never stopped. The compounding had time to finish what it started. A 28-year-old who invests $500 a month starting today will, at 65, have roughly $1.9 million, dollars, assuming average market returns. A 38-year-old who does the exact same thing will have around $875,000. Same discipline, same amount. A 10-year head start is worth more than $1 million. Start now, not next month, not when you get the raise. Now. Rule 6 is behavioral, and it's the one that quietly destroys the most wealth. Stop trying to look wealthy. Start trying to be wealthy. There's a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research showing that people in higher income zip codes actually save a lower percentage of their income than people in lower income areas. The pressure to keep up, the car, the vacation, the restaurant, the renovation, costs more in wealth destruction than most people ever consciously realize. The wealthiest people Morgan Housel profiled in his research weren't the ones with the nicest cars. They were the ones nobody had heard of. The accountant with $4 million in index funds who drives a Honda. The retired teacher who travels the world on dividend income. Wealth is invisible until it isn't. Build it in private, let it compound in silence. Rule 7 is about income, because all the discipline in the world has limits if the income it's applied to is too small. Build a second income stream before you need one. This is not optional advice anymore. It is survival strategy. Whether it's freelancing in your profession, a small digital product, consulting, content, a side business, the exact vehicle matters less than the mindset it creates. When you earn from multiple places, 3 things happen. First, your risk drops. One income source failing doesn't break you. Second, your savings rate climbs, because the second stream is unexpected money, and unexpected money is easier to invest without pain. Third, you start thinking like an owner instead of an employee, which changes every financial decision you make after that. A 33-year-old project manager in Austin started a weekend consulting practice in her area of expertise. Within 18 months, it was generating $2,000 a month. She invested all of it. In 4 years, that single decision, made on a Sunday afternoon, changed her entire financial trajectory. And the final rule, the one that ties everything together. Rule 8, know exactly where your money is going. Every dollar, every month. Not obsessively, not to the point of anxiety, but with clarity. Most people have no idea what they actually spend each month. They guess, they estimate. They're almost always wrong, and almost always wrong in the direction of underestimating. Morgan Housel writes about this too. Financial failure is rarely dramatic. It's usually just a slow accumulation of small decisions made without awareness. Track your money. Review it monthly. Not to punish yourself, but to stay honest. Because the gap between what you think you're spending and what you're actually spending is often where the future quietly disappears. Here's the thing nobody tells you about these 8 rules. None of them require you to be brilliant. None of them require you to time the market, pick the right stocks, or catch some lucky break. They just require consistency, which is the rarest thing in personal finance. Because every system, every algorithm, every advertisement is designed to interrupt it. The people who get wealthy aren't the ones who know the most. They're the ones who keep doing the boring, correct things long after everyone else got distracted. You now know what those things are. If this gave you one idea worth keeping, share it with someone who needs it. And subscribe, because this is just the beginning.